Hello and welcome to this part of the video where we're going to talk about future tense. I hope you all are taking actions. I know there's a lot to write in a day, and that's the whole reason why this challenge was built to push you to write dedicatedly. So it's a matter of 100, 200 sentences, and I think 200 sentences you can write in 1 hour or maximum to 2 hours you will take after watching the video. So it's just a request that keep pushing yourself, and let's hope that you are taking those actions, and you are writing your LSRW activities each day. Remember that without doing all the four every single day, it would be very difficult for us to improve the fluency actually. Okay, so what I'm telling you is all it's all fundamental techniques, and but these techniques will not help you unless and until there are habit of LSRW. Okay, so having said that, let's go ahead and talk about future tense. Okay, so what is future tense? So if I want to express something which is either most likely going to happen, that means it has not happened yet, it is going to happen, most likely it is going to happen, or it is very likely going to happen. Okay, that means there is some more there is slightly less probability than the first one. Okay, most likely, very likely, and also if there is something which is somewhat likely to happen, there is some kind of chance that it is going to happen in future. So that is where I will use the future tense. Okay, there are three scenarios. Now, if there is something which is most likely going to happen in the future, then there are two ways to express it. We will use the auxiliary verb shall be or will be. Shall be is mostly not used, but I will still tell you that shall is used against I and we, or I would say with I and we. So when you're using I or when you're using we, you can use shall. Now, for I and we, will is also used. WILL, will is also used. Both of them are fine. You can use shall, you can use will. Both of them are globally accepted. So shall is pretty formal and British, which is going away very soon from the digital world. So it's all about will. All right. So if I want to express something which where the work is most likely going to happen, the certainty is really high. Okay, then I will use a shall be and will be with the ing form of the verb. Or I can also have another way that I can use this. These sound like present tense, right? But when you use am, is, are with going to, okay, there is a special phrasal verb. What we call it is phrasal verb. Okay, phrasal verb is basically combination of two, one word and one preposition. Okay, right? Going to, sit down, climbing up, starting off. So these are all phrasal verbs. PHARASAL, phrasal verbs. Okay. So when you say am, is, are with going to, also known as gonna be or gonna, right? In American especially, then also you can express something where the probability of happening is really high. Okay, so it's most likely going to happen. So let us take some examples. I shall be calling you at 4 p.m. As you saw, shall be plus ing form. I shall be calling you at 4 p.m. What does that mean? That means most likely I will be calling you at 4 p.m. I know that certainly, most likely I have already planned that I will be calling you at 4 p.m. So when you say I will call you at 4 p.m. and when you say I will be calling you or shall be calling you at 4 p.m., there is a difference. The difference is when you say will, it is very likely going to happen, not most likely going to happen. But when you say will be, it will be most likely going to happen. Okay, when you are very sure that it is going to happen. So I hope you can express how, your commitment towards something by using will be and shall be with ing form. We shall be meeting, movie will be starting, she will be going, they will be traveling, he will be shifting to Odisha in March. So even if there are no timestamps, but there are no timestamps. For example, 4 p.m. is there, 8 p.m. is there, 7:30 p.m. is there, 9 a.m. is there, tomorrow is there, March is there. But even if you don't have a timestamp, okay, so if I remove this, what does it mean? It means that he will be most likely, almost certainly, he is going to shift to Odisha. ये पक्का हो गया है, like गोटे मजबूत कथा, but it is in future, so that's the future tense. I hope you're clear about shall be and will be. Now, how to use going to? It's very simple. Instead of saying I shall be calling you, you can say I'm going to call you at 4 p.m. He is going to shift soon. They are going to come home. She is going to clear the exam. The airplane is going to fly at 35,000 feet. It is going to rain, or you can say it's gonna rain. Remember one thing, people. Okay, you can use it. Please use gonna, the short form of going to, while speaking. While speaking, you can use it because it's an informal American English. American English anyway is pretty casual and very informal. Okay, but it is also globally accepted. So if I say that it's gonna rain in few minutes, if you say it, if you speak it out, it's okay. But while writing, please avoid the short form. Okay, because the short form is not globally accepted while writing. While speaking, it is expected. Accepted. Okay, sorry about that. But while writing, avoid the short form. Okay, so go ahead and write down 20 sentences of shall be or will be. Try to use more will be because that is more practical these days. So will be plus ing form and going to form. Okay, going to form is always used with am, is, are. However, you can also say going to. This is just a cool hack. This is not about future tense, but you can also say with past tense as well, with auxiliary verb. For example, you will say that I was going to call you. That means se jo kohanti odia re mu apanku call korithanti, but something happened. So to express those sentences, you can use past tense with going to as well. Was going to, they were going to travel to let's say Mumbai, but the airport got shut down at last moment. They were going to mane previous hela, so semane jai thante, bahut certainly semane jai thante, kintu eda hela I was going to submit my assignment, but I got overloaded with work suddenly, that most of you are saying, right? So I know what I'm talking about. I think you know what I'm talking about, right? So please write down 20 sentences on this one and 20 sentences on the going to one, and I'll see you in the next part of future tense.